Well, it's been quite some time. Not for you, of course, but for me. Um, I made a little pause. Let's call it a pause. A 2-week pause or something? Maybe 3 weeks or something. Dennis, I'm thinking about ancient Egypt or ancient Greece, if you know what I mean. But I didn't do the I didn't finish this last video in Assassin's Creed 3. And also I didn't even start the Tyranny of King Washington DLC. I think this is the name of the DLC. I'm not entirely sure. So I think it's better to finish this one, and in any case, I wanted to play this game, so I'll finish it. Maybe I'll finish this part. I don't know. We'll see. Though I have some, I think I have some. I need to liberate some boards and stuff. So maybe it's not the last part. We'll see. The thing.
Moment of truth.
Besides, welcome back.
Yes. Come. Here, at last. You know our story now. Of how we tried. Of how we failed. All our hopes extinguished. Save one. Your touch. A spark. A spark to save the world.
Wait! Do not touch the pedestal.
Minerva?
You. But how? You left. You destroyed the device.
Did you think there was only one?
What the hell is going on here?
You must not free her.
Free her?
Juno dwells within these walls, awaiting release. I will explain. While we worked to save the world, she sought instead to conquer it. She used our machines to set her plans in motion. Divination through numbers. There is a pattern to existence. To comprehend the calculations is to tame time. This was my focus. And so I built the eye to aid us. But she turned it towards her own ends. When we discovered her treachery, we put a stop to it. And then we left. But first we called to you, that you might try again. We thought it would be safe with her gone. Now I see we were deceived. She survived, she endured, and then she began to work. For centuries, Tinia and I walked the world, hoping to rekindle the spark of civilization. We shared what we knew as best we could. We were not the only ones, but for all the power we wrought, still death would claim us. But before it did, I would have one last look to know if we had succeeded.
That's how you're here now?
I had hoped you might find this place. and finish our work. But it is too late. You and the Templars have squabbled over our refuse. You have wasted centuries, and so you have lost your chance. You cannot hope to stop the end now, Desmond. Only to survive.
She's lying! Only touch the pedestal and the world will be saved.
Better the world burn than she be loosed upon it.
Is that so? Show him then.
But he will not understand. It is complicated. It is...
Show me.
If you heed Minerva, the sun will have its way. The ground will crack and spit fire into the skies. All the world will burn. But this does not end the world, merely heralds its arrival. Darkness follows. Then you emerge, resolving to lay a foundation that such a tragedy does not befall the world again. You will become a symbol to those who survive. Hope, knowledge, determination. You will inspire them to rebuild, to thrive once more. And as the world heals, so too will humanity. But you are just a man, frail and mortal. You pass from the world, leaving behind only a memory. A legacy. You will be remembered first as a hero, later as a legend, and in time, as a god. It is the cruelest fate, to have written words that meant well, and see them made wicked and unwise. What was meant to encourage life, used instead to justify taking it. And so now you see that what was shall be again. So tell me, how is this better? She would sacrifice you, sacrifice the world, for no other reason than to deny me vindication.
They will enslave your kind, Desmond. Is this not why you fight? Is this not why you came here? To ensure more than just your race's future, but its freedom?
What future? What freedom? Billions dead and the whole cycle begun anew? This world has known nothing but heartache and horror since we left it.
Our gift to them, and you'd see it all returned.
Enough!
You must not do this.
Whatever Juno's planning, however terrible it might seem today, we'll find a way to stop it. But the alternative, what you want, there's no hope there.
If you free her, you'll be destroyed.
It will happen in an instant. There will be no pain.
You mustn't.
It's done, Minerva. The decision's made.
Then the consequences of this mistake are yours to live and die with.
You need to go. All of you. Now. Get as far away from here as you can.
Come with us. We'll find another way.
There isn't time.
Son.
You know it's true. It's already started. I need to do this now. So go. Go!
It's some sort of global aurora borealis. Never seen anything like this before. Eyewitnesses describe electrical storms and erratic displays of unusual weather. Residents are being asked to remain inside and wait for geological surveys are now reporting seismic activity throughout the Ring of Fire. Northeastern Canada is said to be experiencing the largest on record. Satellites and transformers are failing as the flare increases in intensity. Worldwide reports of blackouts seems to be receding. Residual seismic and volcanic activity is being reported, but nothing approaching earlier levels. Obviously, it'll be a while before experts are able to assess the full extent of the damage caused by today's events. But it appears the worst is behind us. We'll be sure to bring you more as this story develops.
It is done. The world is saved. You played your part well, Desmond. But now it's time that I played mine.
The mouse cursor, I'm not able to. I'm moving my mouse, just it's not. I don't want to go away. but I really feel like going to ancient Greece because of Atlantis, because of Juno, and you see Juno there, and all other gods. I need to do Origins first, and then Odyssey. Oh man. This music is very good. They made a great job. Music. Bravo. Take off my head. It's bad. Suppose I can skip now, right? Go, y'all. Get back to Radon Highgate. Finally over. But at what price? The quest for freedom is over, but man, the emptiness that Connor feels probably, it's just it's really sad. It's really sad. Everyone's dead. His family is gone. Family, his tribe is gone. His family is dead. Father, his friend was manipulated, died. That is really sad. That is really sad. And at this point you feel like complete emptiness, because what is the him? I don't wanna say sacrifice his life, but he spent the vast majority of his years fighting for this kind of purpose, eliminating Templars. In the beginning he was a child, and it was simply his village was burned. It was not burned to the ground because they still did repaired stuff, but it was pretty sad. And then his quest continued to find the responsible for all of that. He started studying with Achilles, and studied for the only purpose to kind of protect his tribe, their lands. But in the end, he started kind of sympathizing to the assassin goal. But at the same time, assassins were not that you're maybe right at the same time, because basically there were no assassins. There was only Achilles, and not always agreeing with him. They had quite a few moments when he disagreed, so that he killed everyone, but doubted a lot. That's for sure.
America has no need for your
Send them back
services,
to Britain in a
gentlemen.
box! Death to the oppressor!
Cut them down!
I want to liberate forts. There are 2 forts in New York, that's for sure, at least based on what I see on the minimap. Right, and there is I'm actually wondering whether there are 2 forts in Boston or not. And there are maybe 2 or 3, maybe 4 forts in Frontier. Oh. Patriots are escorting me inside the British fort. No, they're not escorting me. Oh, so Patriots are helping Brits? That's funny. I'm south. Nice, 5 bullets. That's great. Who's fighting? I didn't understand it. Who's fighting with who? What target? Thinking about what's a big problem with Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey is that in Valhalla as well is that they are super long. Like they're a little bit like The Witcher 3. They're just like, it took me 56 parts to finish The Witcher 3, and I did the vast majority of quests, but there are some quests that I didn't finish, which is, I think though I didn't finish the I gathered all the recipes for the sets in Blood and Wine DLC, so in Toussaint. But I didn't find recipes in the. I found some recipes in the original, in main game, in Felon and other lines. But I didn't find them in the. I didn't find them all on the main line. which is I mean, that's a little thing. It's probably not a big deal. But the fact that it took me 56 parts, and some parts were longer than 2 hours. I have maybe 3 or 4 videos that last for maybe 2 hours. And that's a lot. It's like more than 100 hours per game, which is probably not bad. But it's even if you play every single day, when you record every single day, it's almost 2 months that you need to play every single day, even if it's 2 hours. So that's kind of long. Compared to maybe, I don't know, Assassin's Creed 3 or something like that, or any other game where you make 10 parts, 10 2-hour parts, and that's it, over. It's 20 hours of a game. But Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey is 4 or 5 times more. And that is it's not sad, but it's something that you need to do. Even though it's a very weird feeling, I don't know how to explain it. The thing is, quite often I find myself in a situation where I do want to play, and that's because I remember that was the case with The Witcher 3. You start to play The Witcher 3, or no, you think about The Witcher 3, you remember all those soundtracks, you remember random wandering here or there, remember random quests, maybe random character sees or something. And it's cool, it's interesting, and I like it. But I feel like I like The Witcher 3 more when I don't play it rather than when I play it. When I can have some kind of a nostalgic moments where I'm thinking about it and I'm like, oh, this game is great, and you just randomly go to YouTube and you listen to some music, maybe, I don't know, you're listening Silver for Monsters or Still Humans, or the song of the sword dancer, or whatever the name of you just check random things, or maybe you watch some videos about The Witcher 3. So it's just because it's faster. You can have this nostalgic moment or moments for what, 1 or 2 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour or something. Listen something, or you'll read something, check something. The problem is that when you start to play the game, at some point it starts to get it transforms into some kind of a, I don't know, routine, or I don't know how to call it. It's just after playing, you play you're very motivated to play the first maybe, I don't know, 3, 5 parts, 10 parts. You're like, oh, cool, finally I'm back in the Witcher universe. I like it. That's amazing. I'm RPG, I can customize my hero, and, I can choose whatever build I want. I can go science, I can do this, I can do that. Or man, I'm happy to see those characters once again. Yennefer, Ciri, this or that. It's a little bit like a movie. It's a little bit like rewatching. Not a lot of, not all people rewatch movies. Cause I know a guy who's not watching, rewatching movies. We're not really close friends, but we speak sometimes. And yeah, so we speak sometimes. And so at some point we spoke about, I don't remember, watching some movie or something like that. He's like, no, I'm not rewatching. Why would I rewatch them? I remember them, kind of. I didn't forget them. So there are people who are rewatching movies or replaying games, but there are other people not doing that, which is perfectly fine. I forgot why I started to say that. In any case, you're nostalgic while you're not doing something, but then when you actually start to play it, you understand that there's this kind of a routine where you why are you stuttering? That's the game. Well, no, stutter. And so it's fine for the first maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 times while you play. But then at some point it becomes, that's the feeling that I had. Maybe that's not the case for everyone, so it's probably great. But I started to feel like it becomes like some kind of a routine. I start to make this quest, and it feels weird because it kind of gets long and repetitive, and you're just running around gathering all those random discovering those random places of interest, or doing something else, and you make those quests, you make this, you make that, and it starts to feel weird. I don't know why. It's like you lose. I can't say that you lose interest, but it's like maybe it's a little bit like eating chocolate or eating candies. It's great to eat maybe one Snickers or two, three of them. But if you eat 10 of them, it's not going to feel the same way as you eat only one or two. See? So that's the case with The Witcher, at least for me. When I felt like I was kind of excited to play it before, when I was thinking about it, I was quite excited. I was like, yeah, it's great to be back in the Witcher world, and you know, seeing Geralt and all those characters. And I was excited for the first maybe 5 or 10 parts, and then it became just a normal thing, nothing special. I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't suffering, but I wasn't happy either. It was just a normal thing, and I think this is, maybe that's only my case. I don't know. Maybe that's not the case for everyone. But when a thing, whatever the thing is, lasts for too long, it kind of becomes boring, or maybe not as exciting. So it's weird. I'm actually thinking about people who are maybe it's not related at all. I don't know how it works with humans. You might say that it works differently, but based on what I see, for some people that's the case. So it's probably not only me, and no matter the thing that you do, or no matter how you feel yourself, you are not unique. There are 8 billion people on Earth. If you have I don't know, if you have a disease or something like that, if you have some particular feeling or perception of the world, you are definitely not unique. There is absolutely no one who is unique. We all, maybe not everybody has your particular problem, but there are definitely people out there who have this kind of problems or feelings or whatever. So that's it. Check for what's there. So I'm probably not unique. Maybe that's not the case for the vast majority of people. I didn't see any forts here. So why there are forts in New York but not in Boston? Okay, whatever. Let's go to Frontier. So I'm probably not the only one, but this is my problem. I get bored sometimes, or it's just that maybe it's not really boredom, but it's the fact that you're not as excited as before. And so I am thinking about people who live together for 20, 30, 40 years. It must be difficult because in the very beginning, and that's a very well-known fact, that there is this very exciting period where you are really happy to see the person, you are dating, you are just like, yes, you are the only one, and you are my true partner and stuff. But then after some time, and maybe that's the problem, I don't know how it works, but there are definitely people who feel this way. So people who, for example, who cheat, why they cheat? So maybe they get bored, I don't know. That's not my case. So I don't understand it, you see. But it's a little bit like if you never had any if you never had cancer, it will be very difficult to understand how someone who is sick and who has a cancer feels. So that's it. So that's I don't know. And just like I've never lived with anyone for 20, 30, 40 years. And I've never cheated on anyone. So those are just hypothetical situations. But I suppose for some people, not everyone, there are just people that are not loyal, and they're just bad, and that's it. Unfortunately, there are evil people, whatever you call them, or you want. But there are definitely people who are, I don't know, they have mental issues, and so they do bad things without any particular reason. But I suppose that there are just normal people, more or less normal people. So of course, as much as you can call someone who's cheating normal, right? Because adequate people are not doing that, right? The vast majority of adequate, based on what I see. So I suppose that some people who cheat, I'm not defending them, I'm just trying to kind of understand them. It's a little bit like trying to understand why a killer is killing someone. There is always a purpose, or there is always some kind of the element that started all this, the chain of these events. So I suppose that some people that cheat, they might be cheating because they get bored with their partners. So I'm actually happy that that's not my case. Because I feel like, as I said, when I started playing, I played the video game. I get bored, for example, when I use the same phone for, I don't know, a year or a year and a half. This is why probably I'm changing phones regularly. It just gets boring using the same thing all the time. This is probably why I'm changing video games as well. I can't play the same game for years. I like to play different games. Or own mouth looks like the fort that we helped in New York. That guy, what was his name? Here, West Point, the West Point, where when we helped that guy, it looks almost identical. Yep. So you see, if I'm having problems with the phone, problems. It's not really a problem. It's just I like to change things. It's the same thing for living in the same place, even though I live in the same city for now. It's boring for me. It's just not interesting. I need to change things regularly, otherwise I get bored. And so, as I said, I'm kind of, I feel like I'm excited and stuff to play it. It doesn't mean that I'm doing bad things, or something like that. I am, you know, I play for 10 parts, or maybe, as I said, 5 or 10 parts. I'm playing and I'm kind of excited and everything is fine. It's just after those times, everything starts to get normal. Maybe you don't have to be excited all the time, so there is nothing bad about it. It's a little bit like eating food. Maybe in the very beginning you're excited because you eat some fancy food or something like that. But after some time, you're just eating food. There's nothing special about it. And right now, when I eat food, I'm rarely excited. It's just a food. Food is food. there is nothing, as I said, maybe there's nothing bad about it. Some things you don't always have to be excited about something. Maybe it's normal just to be a normal human being and just doing things. But at the same time, I'm thinking about the fact that, I mean, it's great to feel some kind of emotions when you do something. When you're just stable all the time, normal, it's great. But it's not exciting. So I don't know. I'm thinking about it. Thinking about all these things, but I still don't have an answer for what one. I'm still for things trying to understand this or that. Welcome to Assassin's Creed. Buy this one. Where's his body? He was below and away. Why? Those are nice animations. I like them. These guys don't even get. So that's the problem. All of that was to tell you that games like Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey, they're great for 5 or 10 parts. First 5 or 10. But then it just becomes normal. Just normal. My problem is that I'm living a normal life. Just as an average human. No disappointments, no nothing. Just a normal life. And I feel like I need some kind of something exciting, but I don't know what. There are people who are saying, well, it's better to have a normal, calm life than to have a mess or something like that. That is definitely true. But you don't have to get yourself into constant troubles and then have all those troubles. I know that there are some forts that I didn't discover. You don't have to constantly get into troubles and then to try to resolve all those problems. Some people, for example, they go and sleep with random people, which is absolutely awful. Why? Or they get into relationships all the time, and then they break up, and then they're like heartbroken all the time. there should be some kind of an easy or normal way or some other way to get something exciting in your life, to feel some feelings, not be normal all the time. Not emotional roller coaster, no relationships, just some events, I don't know. This is probably why people travel, but even with traveling now, I'm not sure that traveling is the ultimate solution. It helps a lot. It's true that traveling is amazing. A lot of people travel. I read quite often about, I don't know, different people, philosophers, artists, and stuff. A lot of people say that traveling helps them. They travel, especially when I read about philosophers in the past, from 300 years ago. That time period, and I that's something that I noticed, is that the vast majority of them, they travel a lot. So traveling is probably one of the good solutions to this kind of boredom of our normal life. But the problem is that I don't know how they traveled in the past. But the thing is, to travel regularly, you need money. When you're a student, you're quite limited with money. So, it's a very, it's complicated. You can travel, but you will probably travel more in your kind of a region. I might be wrong though, but I feel like you probably travel more in your region rather than the international scale. So it's true that it's a very weird situation where I understand that one thing that I mean, I can't say I hate it, but one thing that I don't like is money. I think money is absolutely awful, and in the perfect world there is no money. Hope one day I will see this world without money. Open the new world from a biblical perspective that we will one day see, as some people resurrect him. Hope we will see a world without money. But for now, we're not living in such a world. I understand that even though I dislike money, I really don't like it. Money is important.
You want a chance? You gotta hit me! Come on! Swing at me some more! Swing at me some more.
Let me kick him.
Come on! Swing at me some more.
So you can't really live
Won't get far hitting
this
me
world
like
without
that.
money. You need money to even travel, to live this kind of routine, the daily routine, because it gets boring to be in the same city to study or
Right on
work.
my arse!
I didn't see that. It's here either. Here. So, traveling is important. But there should be something else. There should be something else that is exciting to... I don't want to say spice up your life, because that's not true. A lot of... I feel like this expression leads us to the kind of a weird things that people do, like, I don't know, dating all the time and then breaking up, sleeping with random people and doing all kind of weird and wacky things. There should be something normal from a perspective, from a normal perspective, to make you excited sometimes. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just weird. I don't know. That's possible as well. I remember this thing about the about feeling pain or something like that. I think I was reading about some kind of pain or whatever, I don't know. But I think that was it. And so this boy or girl, whatever, saying that I always had pain somewhere in my, I don't know, stomach or whatever. And he was like, or she was like, and it was absolutely normal for me until at some point someone told me that we were speaking and they told me that no, it's not normal, you should see a doctor. And then I saw a doctor and they actually gave me some kind of a solution, and we treated those pains. Random. And after that I stopped feeling those, stopped having those weird things, my body parts. That exactly. And so but that person was saying that but before I thought that everyone has it. Everyone feels pain or something when they do this or that, or their heads, or I don't know, fists or legs or whatever, I don't remember. So that's, you see, that's pretty interesting that we consider certain things normal until we speak with someone else and we discover that, oh, actually, it's not normal at all. Ooh, that was a mistake. That, my friend, mistake. So, you know, in my case, it might be the same thing. Maybe I find it normal, aka weird for now, until I speak with someone else and they tell me that maybe it should be like that, or it shouldn't be like that. I don't know. But the thing is, it's not always easy to explain what you feel. Though usually girls, they speak about their feelings and stuff. But boys have them as well. It's not a... Boys are not always cold and, you know, cold-hearted, cold-blooded murderers. Yeah, boys feel as well. It's just we're not as used to speak about the way we see the world or our feelings as girls do. Girls, it's way more natural Everyone feels. It's just as I said, sometimes we think that it's normal, everyone feels that. While in reality, no, that's not true. Sometimes certain things that we consider normal, not normal at all, are not normal. There are a lot of things. There might be. That's it. So maybe this normality is not a. Who knows? Maybe I'll discover it one day. I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm alive. It could be worse, right? I could be sick and sick. I'm not sick. Great. But it's just, you know, I think you can always make things better. That's why it's important to always look for solution. Try to understand yourselves, or what you feel. Speak with other people. We can't act like others do not exist. That it's not normal to speak about their feelings and stuff. We just need the right people to speak. Family members, maybe, or friends, or... I mean, I'm not entirely sure that's the thing that you need to talk about with a psychologist. It's a place where you actually pay money, so it's not like it's free. But I suppose some people might bring this problems. I don't think that's my case. Oh boy. I've never wanted to go there. There were moments when I was thinking like, why people are going there if you can just speak with your friends or something like that. And why would you speak with the psychologist? I don't think that I have problems. But I suppose you can speak about different things with psychologists, so maybe some people like to speak about certain problems. It's special. So they Llama. So maybe bring all these problems. It's special. That hurts. That hurts. Nice. There's another one. The last one. I can take as well. I don't know why. I've collected 5 of them for the frontiersman. Whatever the name of the challenge, whatever. Alone wood.
If you're hungry, have extra.
No, thank you. Where is everyone?
Gone west. Been a while since they left. Seems some fella from New York was granted the land by Congress.
What?
Seeing it happen more and more. Government says they don't take land that's already owned, but
How could this have happened?
we're on our own now. No more merry English parts and labour, which means we gotta go at it ourselves. Gotta pay for it too. Selling land is quick and easy, not quite so nasty as taxes. And since some say they're what started the old war, ain't no rush to bring 'em back. Clever men, these new leaders of ours. They know not to push it just yet. Too soon for taxes. Too British.
Thank you.
Be safe.
And this is the end. In terms of main. People are gone. I'm always running here. It's just so difficult to use this whistle. Go use this weird menu. The horse is weird. I mean, if you compare it to the way you call horse in The Witcher or in Assassin's Creed Odyssey or Origins, it's just too complicated. So it's just easier to run. But the map is kind of big, so it's not always a good idea to do that. I guess I need to work on my laziness. Just use selector and choose your horse whistle and that's it. can't say anything because of the stream. This is weird. I'm pressing E. Oh. Wow. Wow. Oh. Oh boy. He jumped and died. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I like all this. It's in branches. It's pretty interesting. But where's the entrance? Word in pump. I don't know why, but I feel like some reason this fort feels unique. Maybe it's because of all these decorations. In the end, kind of, the goal is the same. You need to capture it, to kill everyone. But the fact that there are trees everywhere, I don't know, it makes me think about Red Dead Redemption 2 and Saint Denis. saffron. It's a saffron. We're just gonna. Close, but not quite. 7 from 1. Wow, that's amazing. That's exactly what I needed. 7 now. Oh no, 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 no. Why did you close the door? An arrow in his shoulder. He's fighting a brave warrior. No, drop it. See anything. Whatever, man. Wow. crazy. Who's this guy and where he is? Look at the minimap. There's a guy somewhere here, but where? There's no underground or whatever. Where he? I suppose that's it. Not sure whether this is the last. In any case, I'll do that instead. A very good ending. Very good. It's not good that Achilles dies, but it's I feel like it's acceptable ending. When you finish all these missions, it passes away. If you want to keep him alive, just make these missions. What? Want to make? Can do that. But this is in any case to supposed to.
Day, Connor. I left some bolts of fine silk in my old home. They are very valuable, but I don't think it wise I return there. Someone might wind up dead. I was hoping you could retrieve them for me if you had time.
Or maybe later. How long?
Excuse me. Might I impose upon the kindness in your heart to give bed and board to a weary traveler?
Oh, traveler from where?
Across an ocean. London.
English!
Rest assured, I'm not the king's man. A great kindness. Bless you.
We work hard for what we have here, old man. What is it you do exactly?
I wish to provide God for those who seek his salvation, not spoon-feed his word to those who already have their own. An outlook not shared by the monarchy.
Lord knows some of us have things to confess.
Ollie and I have been missing our Sunday Mass.
I'd like Maria to read the Bible. I'm sure if we all pitched in, we could build a church. If you'd be our pastor. Connor?
Welcome, Minister... Father Timothy.
That was fast and weak.
Bless you. This will build a fine place of worship. I am most grateful.
moral guidance. I don't know why it sounds so funny. Moral guidance. You find moral guidance in the Bible, not in the church. Doesn't mean that you can visit one, but first of all churches and religions. I'm speaking of Bible, biblical, or based on the Bible, not all religion, Christian religion. And it was like in the Spider-Man, that meme with the Toby, what was the name they created for him? Not Bad Spider, it's on. I don't remember.
Connor, do you have a moment?
I don't remember, man. Well, but he said if you want pardon or not help,
Could I trouble you for a moment, Connor?
it was something like if you want pardon, get religion, whatever. That is what it's this thing. If you want moral guidance, read the Bible. You don't need a church. You want forgiveness?
What is it, Prudence?
I feel silly bothering you with this, but Warren's taken a deal to market in Boston. Could you round up the livestock for me? I've tried, but this baby in my belly takes the wind out of me.
Of course. I will see to it. Hip! Hip! This way!
Hip hip, Appa. No. Appa, where are you going?
Not there.
There, exactly. Hip hip.
Faster than they look.
You dirty pig. That is awful, man. That is absolute.
The things I do for this place.
Hip hip.
Come on, get in the pen. Hip, hip.
Hip hip. Hip hip, Appa.
Thank you, Connor. I could never have managed that.
It was my pleasure. Are you well?
I am, and I couldn't be happier. Warren and I have been waiting a long time for this. And if truth be told, we could not dream of a better place to raise our family.
Bad news. She did not like the flowers. She tossed them aside.
But Prudence was certain.
I knew Miriam was not the type for flowers.
I will uncover this mystery myself, Norris.
All right, but please don't let her see you. She will think I'm bizarre.
Okay, I need to analyze clues. Yeah, I wanted to look at my phone, but...
Connor, why are you poking around my camp? Can I help you, Connor?
Leave me alone.
Connor, why are you poking around my camp?
Why are you following me while I'm following you? Stop following me.
She might appreciate a new knife. That blade has seen its prime.
Doesn't care anymore. I'm in her camp. Doing I don't know what. She stopped caring about it. I think that I won't finish this quest part, but I suppose I will finish the next part. So maybe the next part won't be the last part either. I have homestead missions. Finish. The probably so video about Achilles' death. There's also the random quests, those adventure clubs, fight club stuff. So they might take some time. Maybe it will be a 1 hour part, but I suppose I'll finish those quests in the next part. After that, I will start the DLC.
Norris, I looked around her camp and it seems she needs a new hunting knife. The one she is using has seen better days.
Ah oui, that seems more right for her. I'll think on it. Merci.
Si. Rien. Or just start one mission after. I mean, they are all unlocked, so wonder.
Hello?
Hello?
Use your help. Suis-moi. I want to build her a new knife of steel I make special. I know where to get iron, but the mine belongs to the English.
Will it take long to gather?
No. A couple of blasts and I will have what I need. I just need you to stand watch. I will wait for you at the mine. It's not far, just off the property.
Could have walked together. I suppose it's at the frontier because not here. Because this is the territory of the Devonsport. Instead, right? They're the English here, right? Wrong. I might be wrong. We'll see. Have to the icons here.
Another moment, Connor.
I don't mean to be a bother, but I wanted to ask you something. When my cart went up in flames, I lost most of my tools. I've got some spares back at my shop in Boston, but as you know, I'm not really welcome around there. I thought if it wasn't too much trouble, you could help me retrieve them?
What would you have me do?
Watch my back while I gather them. Meet me in Boston at my old shop.
The last one is the last one in this territory. Prudence.
Connor! Thank the Lord!
Prudence, are you all right? What are you
Connor!
doing out here in the woods?
Thank goodness! The baby's coming!
We need to get you to Dr. White.
No! I can't move! Take my horse! Bring him here! Go!
Dr. White, come with me now.
What's wrong?
Prudence is in labor in the forest.
In the forest? What in bloody hell is she doing out there?
Does not matter.
We need to get water.
Now?
Yes!
What is she doing? She's living her life. Walking. It's not like she's paralyzed. She can do anything.
Warren, are you here?
Everyone staying near their
here.
horses.
What's the
It's so
trouble?
funny.
Where is she?
Tell me how she seemed to you.
In great pain. She could not move herself.
Was she pale? Was there blood?
Not that I saw.
Might we have some time?
We must hurry!
My allies are just AFK? Come on, guys. What is wrong with you? They're stuck. Come on.
Hello, Doctor. I think I can manage at the moment.
Is she all right, Doctor?
No, she's not all right. She's having a baby, and here, by the looks of it. Yes. Looks to be in fine health as well. Has a good set of lungs on him. No, I don't mean to rush you, but we need to get both you and... Does he have a name yet?
Hunter.
Hunter, warrior, killer. Okay, go to Boston, I suppose. One mission. Where's another one? New York? Was that girl from New York? Because I think that the tool maker, whatever he said, you should retrieve my tools in Boston. Because it's the only one I can goes from New York. So that's weird. I thought she's Boston. My bad. My bad.
Connor, good to see you. Been trying to avoid eye contact with my old neighbors. So far, so good. Not so worried now you're here.
How are you doing otherwise?
Oh, all right, I suppose. Things never really go as planned, but that's life.
Really? How do you mean?
You know, you make a plan and it all goes awry and nothing gets better, only slightly different.
Sounds like you have had a string of misfortune. It will pass.
What are you doing here?
Sweeping my steps, if it please you.
Since when are these your steps?
Since I bought them 3 weeks ago.
From who?
The owner, via his apprentice. Owner shipped off out of town. What's it to you?
I am the owner?
Not anymore, mate. Sorry. Better sort things out with your apprentice. He's over at the pub over there, but I'm sure you already knew that.
Patrick.
Patrick?
Lance! Patrick! What gave you the right to sell my shop?
Well, you were run out of town. I thought you'd never come back, so I sold it all. The shop, the tools. It's rough luck. Anyway, it's been great chatting, but I must be off. Have a nice life.
What rot! Tools are a woodworker's lifeblood! He'd never sell them. I bet he's got them stashed somewhere.
Then we follow him.
I randomly thought about the fact that if one day anyone, whatever. I thought about myself, but it works for anyone. If you visit New York one day, United States, you know, visiting those random places like things that we have seen on television, like random woodworkers or gift shops or auctions maybe. Why? It's like if one day you move to United States, but not to a big city like, I don't know, maybe Los Angeles or New York. They might be. There are a bunch of things to do there. But if you move to some rural area, you don't know what to do, just visiting all these places might be pretty interesting. Walking around the city as much as it's possible by foot, considering that America is not made the same way as Europe. There are definitely walkable areas, but where everything is scattered, so it's probably easier to use the car, such things.
I'll load these in the cart come nightfall and be in New York, free of this rubbish for good before the month is out.
Yeah. I'd like to do that one day. Hope I'll have this opportunity. The problem with the United States is that United States is so big that...
Well, that's something at least. Thank you. I still can't believe he sold my shop. I'll see you back at the homestead.
United States is so big that visiting all the interesting places in one time is just impossible. You gotta be realist. It's a little bit like Europe. Europe is so big that visiting whole Europe it's impossible. You go to Paris, you can go to, I don't know, Rome after, or London by plane. You can do that in 1 week. You can travel every day. But it's not this. Oh, what's that? Destination. They just give me the mark, the target, but without explanation. Well, I suppose it's those girls' tools, right? You can travel every day by plane. I don't know, Paris to New York. One day in Paris, one day in Paris, one day in London, Berlin, Madrid, stuff. It's not that far away in Europe, so probably not going to take much time. But you're not going to see much in one day. That's the problem. You probably need in at least maybe 3 or 4 days at least to visit places in big cities, capital, something. So the problem is that in the United States it's the same thing. Just like visiting, I don't know, Italy or France or Romania in one day or in 1 week. It's kind of problematic. It's possible, but problematic. The same way visiting different states, United States, is difficult and problematic as well, because United States, it's not only about cities, it's also about the wilderness. It's all about those national parks and different interesting places. So you visit, even if you visit random states, Kansas, something, or Utah, or whatever, states that are not really as populated as Texas or maybe California or whatever. There are still a bunch of things to see, and life is really different there from big states like California. Everyone wants to go.
A woman and her little girl. Have you seen them? You seen the woman that worked here? She was my wife.
True.
Trollop, but my wife.
Life is really different in those states somewhere in the middle.
Have you seen them?
I can't move. Why are you sitting?
You seen the woman that worked here? She was my wife. A trollop, but my wife. Oh, no. Not you.
So visiting those places is as interesting, at least in my opinion, as visiting big cities. For example, visiting, I don't know, Salt Lake City, something, is super interesting. I remember I was playing the Railroad Manager? Railroad Empire, I think. The first one. I played the second one as well, but I'm speaking about the first one. So those there is an expansion to that in Japan, I think, in England, but the main campaign happens in America. 18-something, whatever. Maybe, I'm not sure, I don't remember. 17 or 1800, or maybe 1900? Don't remember. Whatever, doesn't matter. It probably, yeah, probably 1800 something. 1800, 20, 30, 40, something. And so, and so, everyone, but I've discovered a lot of interesting cities there. That's not the only place where I've seen them. I watch some documentaries sometimes, of course, but it's just the fact that you see a map and those big cities and stuff, and I remember them. But there are a bunch of interesting cities like that, somewhere in the middle states, somewhere in the middle of the United States, which are not really populated, not that popular, which are not that rich. Maybe it's California or something, but they are as interesting to see. People there are, for example, statistically speaking, correct me if I'm wrong, but they are predominantly white, and they are predominant traditional, so Republican, right? They're voting for Trump, want to expel foreigners, they want to stop foreigners from coming. Are very traditional. There are a bunch of things to see there. And I think I watched some watched a documentary or something. Or saying that you will probably feel yourself normal when you're white there. Black people are not used to that. And it feels weird because this white, black, these words, they are not used in Europe. Here in France, just I go out on the street, no matter where you live, in Paris or I'm living in a small city, and I see a bunch of foreigners here and there. Whenever I take a train, I always see different colors, and it's just something so normal for me that I just, these words, black, white, I only use them as colors for black car or a white dress or whatever, a red sun. I don't use this color, colors, these words for anything else rather than colors of some specific objects. I don't hear people say use these words for other people, or just we're all the same. But in America there is this division. I mean, it doesn't mean that there are no people like that in Europe or in France. Definitely racist people everywhere. But this separation of different people and colors, I hear it way more often when I watch something about America. It's very weird.
Another challenger! About time. You can't hit me! You hit me!
Find the smuggler in Boston, challenge him to fight. That's what I'm going to do in the next part. Ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I need to visit, I don't know whether, does it make any sense to make all this assassination contract requests? I've never actually did them. I mean, collecting all this almanacs, chests, so boring. I need to think. I'm not sure. I will definitely do those adventures and stuff and quests, those mystery quests. But this quest I can't promise you. And I'll finish the. That's it for now, ladies and gentlemen. I'll continue very, very soon.